So I've been thinking about more videos I can make for my channel because unfortunately I'm not always able to see movies as soon as they get to theaters. So I do what I can, but I would like to make videos more on a regular basis. So I've decided to come up with a new series of videos that I hope you guys like. So this new series of videos is going to be about movies that you probably haven't heard of, and it's going to be called Hidden Gems. Because there are just some movies out there that are really good, that are just gems, and people unfortunately don't know of their existence. So I would like to make people aware of their existence. The movies I'll be talking about will pretty much be anything that I've seen that I like, but they'll be smaller movies, but indie movies that people haven't really heard of. Some of the movies will be from my own collection, others will just be movies that I'll have watched on Netflix or wherever. And of course, any movies that you would like to suggest that you think I haven't seen or that other people haven't seen, please leave in the comments. That would be awesome. And in order to distinguish these videos, for each one I will be wearing this hat. Because it's a monkey, and monkeys are pretty great. So this is the first video of this series, and the first movie I'm going to talk about is actually from my own personal collection, and it is called The Fall. It came out in 2006 and is directed by Tarsem Singh, who's done a couple other movies. And fun fact, one of the co-writers on this movie wrote and directed, I'm pretty sure wrote and directed Nightcrawler. Well, that's pretty cool. So The Fall stars Lee Pace. Well, obviously you guys hopefully have heard of him by now because he's like a big star, you know, Thranduil in The Hobbit and so forth. But this was only his like third movie and only a year before Pushing Daisies came out. It's set in LA in the 1920s in a hospital and focuses on a young girl who befriends a patient played by Lee Pace. And they form a unlikely friendship, and he tells her this kind of fantastical story that is told visually throughout the movie. The story is of 5 companions, and throughout the film, the story and what's happening in actuality start to blend a bit, and you start to take into question Lee Pace's character's state of mental being and also his own trustworthiness and so forth. And it's just a very interesting kind of character study of a kind of fragile mind and also an examination of childhood innocence. It's just really good. Don't exactly remember how I discovered this movie. It might have been because I think I found out about Pushing Daisies. I started watching that, and I was like, ooh, who's the lead actor? He's cool, and I found out it was Lee Pace. And as I do with every actor I start to become fond of, I stalk their IMDb page and watch everything they have ever done. And that is actually a pretty good way of discovering movies that otherwise you would have never seen. Because otherwise I would have never seen this movie. And it is so good. While Lee Pace is great in the movie and is one of the best parts of it, probably the best part of the movie is the young girl in it. She is amazing, and English is not her first language, so that was kind of a challenge in the movie, apparently. And some of the interactions between her and Lee Pace are just like improvised, or just there's a kind of improvisation on both of their parts, which makes it much more realistic and compelling to watch. And also most of the storytelling scenes, the story itself, while it does look like it might have been CGI'd, I think a lot of it is filmed on location, which is even just kind of more mind-blowing and just shows that you don't need CGI when trying to tell fantastical stories, because you can just find like locations to do it. And for a small movie, I'm not sure what the budget was, but for a small movie, like you know, they worked with what they did, and it looks amazing. It's so beautiful to watch. I think I started off with this movie for this series because it's like one of my favorite movies. It's definitely on my top 10, if not top 5, and it just shows the kind of movies that I will be looking at. Smaller films, films that hopefully you haven't heard of, but also hopefully that you might have heard of, because I do like it when I find out that people have seen this, because it doesn't happen often, but sometimes people have, and I'm just like, oh, cool. So yes, The Fall. Very unique, very original. If you're looking for a kind of fantasy story, but also with, you know, hints of realism, it's really good. And if you're looking for more Lee-paced movies to watch, this is a definite recommendation in that respect. So yeah, if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. It is super great. And if you have seen it, that is awesome, and let me know what you thought about it. So yeah, that's basically what the series is going to be. If you have any ideas for other things I should talk about for these movies, please let me know. I'm always up for recommendations, ways to spice things up in my videos. I just like talking about movies, so I could do that forever. But if you guys want to see anything in particular, please let me know. And whatever recommendations you have for smaller films that most people haven't heard of, let me know in the comments. I will give them a watch, or if I have seen it, I will definitely talk about it. Okay guys, that is it for me. Hope you're having a great day, and I will see you soon. Toodles!